Amaro, and I am the team leader at Destiny Education. And so in today's episode, we'll be having one of our current MBA students. Her name is Blessing. Hi, Blessing.
Hi.
Okay, thank you so much for choosing to come live with us today and be part of this session with us. I know you've had a long day today, so I'm not going to take too much of your time. So basically, I will just have you introduce yourself, basically what you do, stuff about you, so people get to know you a bit better.
Okay. My name is Blessing Fashagba. I'm a human resource personnel at FCTA. That's work directly with the minister, FCT minister. Then I am a fashion designer. I own a fashion brand also, styled by Dami. I'm into bridals also. That's Melange Brides. Then I'm taking my MBA at the moment also.
I feel like there's so much to you. My first question to you is, how have you been able to, integrate your work, your personal business, and school? Because, it seems like you're doing a whole lot. Have you been able to integrate it?
Let's put it like this. You have your off day, like Fridays. So that Friday, like especially for the I-20 parts, like on Fridays, I just sit down throughout and I close my eyes. If I even have like 18 this thing, I'll sit down and make sure I do everything. So that's settled. Sometimes in the office, I'm like doing my discussion board. Once there's like a free space or something, I'll just do it immediately. So that's how I've been able to like manage the whole thing. It's not like it's been like so easy. Or sometimes I do it halfway and continue another time again. So it's just after it's for promotion and for my uplifting also. So I just have to take it very serious at the end of the day.
So you had looked for a way to just seamlessly integrate it into your life schedule, and your free times. You allocate certain times to it. Your free time. So for you, is it like, do you have like this thing of maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, or any available free time, or you just
I think my available free time is usually Sundays, because the fashion thing you can't be, but sometimes you fit on Sundays, like it depends on the client. So it's not, I just try to create time, like, oh, there's a deadline. We always know every Tuesday, like 2 weeks, then the next Tuesday you're supposed to submit. So I'll just time myself. If I divide the work, I'll do the one I can do today and that day and do it again, submit. There's some days that my discussion board, like I'm doing the work the same day. It's always too costly, so I'm doing it the same day and I'll submit. Then I think the time frame also has helped me a lot. I will even lie about that, because maybe when it's 1 a.m. there, it's like 5 here, and you're feeling like, oh, you're late and everything, but it's not compared to like people that are there and the time frame is the same thing. So that's how I've worked it so far.
And so I like the part where you talk about the whole time frame and how you've been able to use it to your advantage. So in terms of the school work itself, have you been able to like apply or use what you're learning at your place of work? Has it in any way influenced how you deal with people, how you do your business, your personal life?
Okay, I think last month we had like a human resource course, so it's enlightened me a little. As a human resource personnel, like I don't have like proper background because I studied in school as international relations. So this is what I'm supposed to do as a human resource personnel. Like we're supposed to take our jobs very, very, very serious, because like the whole operation of a particular ministry, it lies with the department at the end of the day. Then aside that, when it comes to business, we did something about research. I think marketing, it had to do with marketing and all. Then that like if you're on Instagram, you're supposed to look at there are ways that you can advertise your distance. Then I started looking at, okay, there's a way you would know what age range you're working with.
Demographics.
Okay. Yes, all those things. Like I didn't really, most of the time I'll just pay for promotion. And I'll notice nobody even patronized me at the end of the day. But I started learning and I started realizing that, okay, you have to actually put a lot in your advertisement and all. And that was what I learned. And probably by the time I'm way more settled by doing what we're done, I'll be able to implement that.
That's really interesting. So in terms of, networking, have you been able to network, interface with people from other spaces? Because I know it's not you in your class, you don't have just Nigerians. You have people actually living
Yeah.
in the US, in
Yeah.
school. So have you been able to learn a thing or two from there, or network with them as well?
I was close with someone because I liked the way most of the time when she's answering her, this is always so professional. And I like when somebody does like their work and you can actually see that professionalism there. So
Yeah.
but I know once like I had to message her and I was like, I really like the way you're going on with things. And when I had issues with one particular course like that, she explained it to me. And I think after just one explanation, I was very comfortable with the whole thing. But I think we just had one course together. After that, we didn't have any course together again.
So, if in your own words, how would you describe your experience at American Intercontinental University? How would you describe it?
If I have to put it, naturally you tell you, oh, if you're working and you're doing all this online schooling, is always very difficult. Like I was skeptical for a very long period of time. I remember when the admission came and everything, I was always asking questions. I was like, oh, do you have to do this? But I think after, it's just like the way it was explained. Okay, after you start, like the first class you take, after that you're going to adjust and get used to it. So it was just that I just had to, after the first class, it was very interesting because it was something that was more practical, because they say human resource and human resource personnel, if you talk about the marketing thing, I can relate also. So it was more practical for me, so it worked easily for me and I started adapting. I know there was a particular course that at the end, like the time was so short, and I think one particular course like that I couldn't meet up with the whole thing. By the end of the day, still turned out well. But I just feel that if you put your mind to it and say, oh, this is what I want, we already have our target. Like you will not say you want to just have like a low grade or something. It's to upgrade you. So as far as your focus is there, it was just very easy. Well, not very easy per se, but I was able to manage my time.
For you, in terms of experience, was it what you expected? People have this impression like, oh, if you're doing an online course, you're going to school online, they feel like it's just a course. It's not like a serious thing. It's not a university thing. Was that your experience when you entered, became a student?
No. Let me put it as, I can't compare it to like my BSc, because when you're schooling in Nigeria, they give you like 15 courses and you're like struggling with everything. But here, like, we were straight to the point, like, this is what I'm doing, like, this is what I came to study, and everything was arranged. Like, you expected that probably they will even be taking the lectures serious and everything, like everything. Maybe it will be you, the student, that won't be serious, that maybe, okay, then at the end of the day, there will be an issue. But everything worked out well for me, because I just looked and said, this thing is straight to the point. The lecturers are on time, the lecture notes are there, the I tell you part was very helpful, because there's something that you don't know. Once you do your Q&A section, like, it helps you. And I think it helps more if you can relate to that course, like in one aspect of your life or the other. So everything just goes smoothly. So it was like a proper classroom, this thing, just that you can't compare with like my BSc that was in Nigeria, and it was maybe whether things that we had to study or the things we didn't have to study, everything was just jam-packed together. It was straight to the point, and I can tell you that maybe if you ask me about certain courses, even after, when I'm done, I'll be able to like address it properly. So
do you think that the information you're being taught, the knowledge you're acquiring, is it 21st century compliance? Is it compliance to the happenings of now, or is just just random stuff? Do you think it's compliance to the 21st century, what you're learning?
No, it's compliance. Right now, like my last course that I'm doing before we start this new term is employment law, and it's talking about there was an aspect that was talking about disabled workers.
People.
Yes. How you're going to like their benefits and all those things. Ordinarily, you actually think about it. Oh, how did these people, like, I have people that are actually disabled in my office, and probably there are some things that you'd be wondering. But now I have better knowledge that one, you don't discriminate them. Some of them, at the end of the day, if you look at the work value, like they give better than you, they are actually not even disabled at the end of the day. That kind of thing. So, like, it enlightened me, and it made me look at the fact that, okay, as a worker, I have my benefits, I have my rights. My employer shouldn't treat me anyhow. There are certain things that my employer has to put in place for me to be comfortable and all those things. And there are some companies that maybe there's no pension plan and all those things. But you as a worker, knowing this employment right and everything, you know where to go to. Like there's some work, there's some jobs you will get and it doesn't favor you as a worker. And
Yeah.
yes, and even when we did human resource, like I focused on Amazon, and I realized that a lot of companies, they focus more on their customers and just forget about the people working for them. Yes, that was something that you don't just focus. You're not supposed to be like customer centric, because if your workers are not satisfied, you're going to deliver nonsense at the end of the day. So
True.
it's basically things that are going like, wow, looking at the what's the name of those companies, the successful ones at the moment? That's Amazon, Disney, and all those companies at the moment.
Yeah. Okay.
There are things that every year you'll be checking, like the updates. Okay, who is ranking first and all those things. So it's 21st century things. It's not this thing. It's something you can relate to, whether like daily or if you're even trying to start a business. There's some courses here that you can actually use, and you'll be able to know how to implement certain things and all that. So yes, it's 21st century.
So that means, to wrap it, it's more like saying that it's a global perspective that you have to use. Being exposed to.
Yeah.
So what would be your advice to someone that is, contemplating if they should or shouldn't, take advantage of, the opportunity that Destiny Education is offering people to get fully accredited American degree programs?
Okay. I would advise them to actually go ahead with it. It's not something you regret, and it's going to add to your certificate. If you're going to apply for a job now, seeing like, okay, you can apply as, okay, if I want to apply now as a human resource personnel properly now and start getting their pay, I can do that now. But before I couldn't, because I did international relations, you just have to put me there. Because definitely, if there's no international desk, that's where you fall at the end of the day. So they should go for it. At the end of the day, we're supposed to strive for our growth and so on and so forth. So it's a good, for me, I would advise anybody, like, just go for it. But the most important thing is let your mind be there, like have a target. So that maybe when you're feeling very tired and so forth and you want to give up, you remember that, oh, this is my target, and you go ahead with it. So that's it.
Wow. So my last question to you is, how was your experience, or how was your experience with Destiny Education? I know you have your own experience with AIE, but how was your experience with Destiny?
Like, it's a very good platform. Let me put it like, for it to be able to like put Nigerians, like, you don't have to pay so much to actually acquire the master's degree that other people are paying maybe 12 million for, and all those things. Like, it's good. And the fact that you can do it at the comfort of your home, for people that probably aren't working, or you can do it at the comfort of your job without feeling stressed. Like, it's even, I feel it's like a very convenient platform, and it's something that should gain more awareness so that people can know that, okay, you don't actually have to stress yourself travel, because when you calculate how much you're going to spend for the housing and all those things, it's actually better you go for the online schooling, and it doesn't affect your job at all. You can definitely manage it. It's not very stressful. And like, there is like, yes, it's a good opportunity. Take it.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Blessing. Thank you. I promised you I wasn't going to take too much of your time, because I know you just got me now. So thank you so much for coming to, share your experience with us. I really do appreciate this. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Have a pleasant evening.
Yeah, bye.